Shalom, Israel. It's Officer Abraham of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And I want to invite everybody this year to come out to the all-black party because I'm hosting the all-black party.
You said you hosting it?
Yeah.
I'm hosting it though.
No, I'm the host.
No, they said I was the host.
No, I'm the host.
Also, you host.
Look, me and Shaw is hosting the all-black party. Everybody come out, you understand, to the all-black party this year at the Passover, man. Be there, be square. What you got to say to him, Shaw?
Yeah, I already know what's going on. If you thought last year was epic and more turned up, guess what? We got more drinking though. You feel me? We got more music. You feel me? We got more people. Right. We've been recruiting all this time. They're going to be walled off, but you want to pay your Passover fee before you think about stepping in there. Feel me?
Shalom.
I believe in the truth. The truth made me a man. And I raised my son in Israelite customs. I gave him scriptures, but I told him not to teach. He finds an Israelite group, not one West. Starts going to classes with them, and they're staying out late. And I didn't protest. 2 months ago, they tried taking him to their camp spot. They make him buy strong drink, and they try to make him teach. Respectfully, he declined, and he kept his honor. So they beat him like an animal. When I went to the hospital, his nose is broken. His jaw is wired shut. He couldn't even weep through the pain. But I wept. Why did I weep? He's the future of my house. A dutiful son. And I will never believe in the truth again.
It's Officer Abraham of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And I want to invite everybody this year to come out to the all-black party because I'm hosting the all-black party.
You said you hosting it?
Yeah.
I'm hosting it though.
No, I'm the host.
No, they said I was the host.
No, I'm the host.
Also, you host.
Look, me and Shaw is hosting the all-black party. Everybody come out, you understand, to the all-black party this year at the Passover, man. Be there, be square. What you got to say to him, Shaw?
Yeah, I already know what's going on. If you thought last year was epic and more turned up, guess what? We got more drinking though. You feel me? We got more music. You feel me? We got more people. Right. We've been recruiting all this time. They're going to be walled off, but you want to pay your Passover fee before you think about stepping in there. Feel me?
Shalom.
Yeah, I'm on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Friday, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived, they don't know how I did it. trust you, circle small. You can keep the features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even count. These niggas don't run it like we run it. Bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. If you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel how I work the wheel. Oh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. I heard they want my life. I ain't worried, I got rape for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. U.P.K top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that E-Line van to a damn tank. I got chopper stash in the attic like they Air Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like ball cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine in. I ain't show no mercy, I'm gonna show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show the skills how I show the skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. Said they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rape for real.
The I.S.U.P.K reservation. I'm just going to say your name, please, sister.
Amber Redfield.
We're out here at the third annual Menominee Winter Provisions giveaway. We just want to ask, since we are here, how do you feel about this event and everything going on in the show?
That's all you can
How often do you see people coming over here trying to express love to y'all and try to give y'all some help over here on the rig? How often do it happen?
They don't happen.
Never
happens. This is like the first time that I have experienced this. I came over here and I come with my grandchildren and my sons, and I didn't know this was going on. And it's fortunate, right? And I feel so delighted, I'm proud, and thanks to you, helping people that are not so unfortunate. So it's a blessing that she's come around, and it's very good.
Let me let you
Makes me feel good.
There's a man by the name of Commander General Yahana. He organized this whole thing. Without him, this wouldn't be possible. You know what I'm saying? He's the only man that really cares about Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, women, and children. Let's come back out here. This ain't gonna be the last time we are here. You know what I mean? Appreciate you for the interview.
Yeah.
let nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General Yahana, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man ain't make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Yeah. I.S.U.P.K.com is the website. I'm Commander General Yahana, man, in the building with me, a big-time heavy hitter, as you know. As I remember, first of all, General Hazayan, y'all.
Christ, sir. Damn right, sir.
I don't know if you remember that time, man, we had to fight them skinheads, man, on 12th. On 12th
Yeah,
and, what was it?
12th and Market.
12th and Market. The skinheads came out against me and Haas. This go back, what, Haas? 15, 20 years ago, something like that. Skinheads came out against us, man, in full gear. They had their jackets on. We had our garments on.
Mm-hmm.
It was rumble in the jungle.
Come.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
The word had to get spoken. Like, you know, man, great rewards are coming to the brothers and sisters that speak on this our behalf, speak on the Lord's behalf. First of all, big shout out to Captain Yatazak. Did a hell of a job. Give it up for him.
Damn right, sir.
Did a hell of a job, man. You understand, on the cookout fundraiser. They always do an amazing job out there, man. It was a wonderful experience. You know, man. It was a little tough for brothers and sisters because of the so-called holiday and how high Esau jacked the prices up. But a ton of brothers and sisters came out. Everybody that was able to definitely came out for the cookout, and it was rocking. You know what I'm saying? So that was on. What else? Anything else went on this week? Big shout out to Captain Tazariak again. Came down from New York doing it like he does it. You know what I'm saying? Give it up.
Yeah, right, sir.
I think he's coming up on some more of those podcasts, you know what I mean? Getting this truth out. You know what I mean? Like it needs to. Big shout out to him. There's probably so many shout outs I could do. Who did I miss? Anything else going on that I missed? Go ahead. Is he on now? Got General Muhammad in the building. Heavy hitter in the house. What's going on, General? It feel weird talking to you remotely, man.
Oh, it does.
Good to see you, Ak. Everything good?
Kind of sir.
That's what's up. All right. General Mayak, I think, will be here shortly as well. Join us in. We got a lot of stories tonight, man, but we're going to get it on. All right. Yeah, there you go. General Mark Allen in the building, fam.
What's going on, General?
All right.
What's going on, General?
That's right.
Damn right, General.
Damn right. All right. I think I did enough on that intro, unless y'all, it's something I'm forgetting, y'all. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Sock G.
Man.
You ready to have them one? Big shout out to Big Knock. Knock getting ready to have one too. Big shout out to him and his rib, you know, man. They getting ready to have some beautiful babies in this nation. More One West soldiers. Go ahead. Mirage in the building as well. To have him one as well. Get there. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, Mirage. Congratulations, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Behind me.
Yeah. It's on. You about you said something behind me? Can you? Oh, he's talking to somebody else.
Type in.
Okay, talking to somebody probably in the building. What's up, TikTok? Y'all in the building with us as well, man. I.S.U.P.K. Philly in the building, holding us down. Let's get it on. All right, let's start rocking them stories out because we got a lot to hit and a lot of good issues that are on the table, man. I'm hoping we can get to real quick. Let me tell you something, man. This is the channel to change your life. This is the channel to wake you up. This is the channel, man, when you get serious with all that's going on in the world now, you need to get serious.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get it on. What you got, you die?
Caught him with concert.
Oh, wait a minute. How can I forget? Officer Murrah, Officer Die, Officer Ibai, Officer Nathanya. We working it. We working it. Working it. Trooper Nabah. Big shout out to all of y'all, man, in here, man. Yo, y'all getting a mean ass crew up in here. Y'all getting a whole squad up in here, man. All right, let's go. Let's do it. You die. You good, General?
Yes, sir.
Got
him with concert. NYPD cops leave force an alarming rate. Over 2,500 turned in badges so far in 2023.
2,500. Keep reading. I don't want to just clip the story.
Caught him with concert. New York's finest continue to bolt from the job at alarming rates. According to new data obtained by the Post, and some cops worry about the exodus will only get worse because the city plans to cancel the next 5 police academy classes.
So no more new cops. Go ahead. Keep going.
Caught him with concert. Shrinking the nation's largest police force to the smallest it's ever been in decades. A total of 2,516 New York City Police Department cops have left so far this year, the 4th highest number in the past decade, and 43% more than the 1,750 who hightailed in 2018.
Right before the pandemic, they lost a bunch then. Now they losing a bunch more. You know what I mean? Which means the quality of cop is getting ready to become real cheesy. Because, of course, some people will take the job. Especially every, potential nutcase is going to love to take that job. And definitely every white supremacist is going to love to take that job. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
How
sir.
will we know when Muhammad wants to get in? Will we hear him? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You right there, General? All right, cool. Yeah, we hear you a little bit. Let me see. Give me a
Test
1,
2. Can you hear me?
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Give me a 1, 2, Muhammad.
1, 2.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You in there. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's hell. That's hell because, of course, the whole society is going to break down. And it's got to break down because this is an evil time. This is an evil time. This is not a time like the witchcraft that America has put on the slaves is coming off the slaves. The slaves now, they robbing stores. They rolling in packs. They committing all type of crimes. They're not respecting your empire no more because we in them last days. And as a result, the centurions who in the past enjoyed the Blue Lives Matter. I mean, the blue wall. Ooh, they love that blue wall. The blue wall. The blue wall meant that they could abuse the hell out of you, torture you, kill you, put their knee on your neck, do whatever they wanted to do, man. Tons of brothers coming out of prison, man, from the 70s and 80s doing big time for crimes they never committed. And every time you hear about a story of somebody coming out of jail for some crime they didn't commit, it's always us. It ain't never nobody else. It ain't never another nation. It's almost always us. Why? Because we've been abused here. You know what I'm saying?
I think that might count for a large part of the losses in police. Police aren't finding it fun anymore. I mean, they don't like all the cameras. They don't like to have to answer the questions on why they do the dirt they do.
Right.
And now the questions is getting posed to them more. They're getting exposed more. Salaki, General.
No, go ahead, General Mayock.
Come. And that was it. It reminded me, I know when I went to Cheney, right?
Right.
I joined the football team, and they didn't have such a good football team, So
Okay.
I'm there. I wanted to join. And when I got there, I know that year we lost a lot of players because I heard them saying it just ain't fun no more because the coach is trying to be serious that year.
No.
Some wins under the belt. And them big gay guys, it's like
whatever.
They was on the team. A lot of them were saying, I kept hearing them saying, it's not fun anymore. It's not fun anymore.
God.
And I was like, what's more fun than cracking heads? But I see that they like the lollygag.
Right.
The same vibe with these police. It's just thing is, you know,
Can't-
question me. I just killed a black guy. You gonna question me now?
Right.
Now I got to go to court and answer for this. We going to jail now. So it ain't fun for a lot of this anymore.
Yeah. Like they wanted, they enjoyed it when we was an open enemy and they was able to win every day. Just imagine you feeling like a warrior every day. Same way the cat feel when his football team wins. You understand? You can feel that way every day if you want to. And the pressure is on, like you always used to bring out too. How the pressure was on. Always the pressure on to abuse black people and Latino people as much as you could. They would keep that pressure on. But now the tide is turning. They not loved so much anymore. They're getting exposed a ton for what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Now they're getting outnumbered a ton. And so now it ain't fun no more. It ain't sweet no more.
Yeah.
You understand? The whole legacy of policing in this country was based on slave catching, based on abusing us. And now that abuse is not able to be readily handed out. They ready to move on to something else.
Yeah.
And General, too, I was sitting there thinking about this story as it's going through, too. I think two things are going to happen. Well, maybe two things among some others. Either the cops going to pull all the way back and be like, I ain't doing nothing.
Like they doing in Philly, huh?
I remember I used to be in roll call, right? I'm in roll call. I go like that. I look down one way. I look the other way. And I say, I ain't doing nothing tonight. Because I know what I saw. And I said, I ain't got no backup. I'm going to go in my corner and I'm going to sleep all night long. Because I knew the men around me was not going to back me up. I used to be like, nope, not tonight. Like, not tonight. You know what I mean? I think that's going to happen a lot. Or they're going to get ultra violent. And they're going to try to justify their violence to say that, well, we outnumbered out here. So we got to do X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? It could tilt that way as well. Because they outnumbered, they don't have a lot of backup, they got to really defend themselves and get ultra violent with the defense. So either them two things will happen with them.
Let me tell you, I got a third scenario too that could very easily happen. And that is that they now say, well, because we're losing so many officers and the streets are so violent, we now need to move into new tactics and new weapons. Before you know it, they'll hand out AR-15s to them cops and tell them, get it on. You know what I'm saying? They'll hand them assault weapons as they everyday patrol. They'll hand them armored cars. They'll come out with mini armored cars, like an armored car that's the size of an SUV. They don't need that big tactical tank with the daggone water hose on top. They'll just make them a small tactical tank. They're going to militarize these cats all the way up. And it'll be like, well, they losing officers. They got to protect themselves. And then it'll get fun again. Go ahead.
And it makes sense. Then them dogs come walking through your neighborhood. Armed dogs and the armed AI machines.
The robots. God. Oh, that's definitely coming. The robot. Listen, I saw a video of it. He was so angry. He was so angry over them dogs. Like he made a video on how to kill the dogs. The robot dog. He made a whole video on how to stop the robot dogs because he was so incensed at it. We take it like, oh, you know, just another policing thing. But they was vexed as hell about it. You know, you can jump in any time, right?
Kind of one concern.
And that makes sense because Esau ain't used to being police.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Now he know his police force, humans, they know not to, you know, with our oppressor, be light-handed.
Yes.
With these people, be very heavy, iron-fisted, they call it a lot of the time. And so now a robot ain't going to distinguish in most cases.
No.
So and they know they do the most dirt.
Yes.
So I understand why they want to get rid of them dogs.
Officer Hawar says it ain't. Wait a minute, let me get it right, Hawar. What he said? Oh man, Hawar, did I miss it? You got it. Go ahead.
Said it ain't fun when the rabbit has the gun.
There it is. It ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. Boy, oh boy, it sure ain't. They mad as hell over that. You know, man. Come. So that's that. So they rolling out in droves. And let me tell you something. Growing up in New York City, I say it all the time. Growing up in New York City, brother, them police was brutal. I didn't know that police was not as brutal. I heard about LA. but I didn't know that I thought the cops in New York was the standard till I started traveling around the country and realized every police force wasn't quite the same. They all still got their eye on you. It's straight up oppression. But them New York City stormtroopers are them, and the New Jersey State Police. The New Jersey State Police was like the Gestapo. The way they handled brothers and sisters, man, coming up. And it was ridiculous. And killing us, mistaken identity, kicking in the door. You know what I mean? They was in the whole city was in an uproar when they blew away Eleanor Bumpers. 60-something-year-old woman, you know, old and senile. I think she had a machete in her hand or something. They kick in the wrong door, see her with the machete, blow her away with a 12-gauge shotgun. You know what I'm saying? And they would have never done that if it was an Edomite. You know what I mean? And at one point, they were hiring a ton of black police officers. But the problem was they was brainwashing them police officers. You know what I mean? Ours is a rarity, you know what I'm saying? Where you don't get into the mindset of the Edomites and hate us like the enemy, like they do. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the time, you got to hate Jake like Esau hate him. You got to be in that same mode. And they require you to be in that mode because they don't want you in the field being compassionate and merciful. You understand? While they trying to be extra, extra aggressive, and they doubly don't want it because they want to make sure when they do the dirty stuff that they do, that you don't turn and go snitch on them. That's really where the no snitching need to be discussed at. If I worry about no snitching on the street, you better start looking at the no snitching in them police forces.
That's right.
Some of them police forces, Salaki, you was gonna say something, General?
No, I was agreeing.
You can't. Like some of them police forces got full-fledged gangs in the police force, where the gang runs the police force, which is ridiculous. How you gonna have a gang running the police force? And all they members go sign up and become police officers, which is, you know, what any, you know, gang that's trying to gain power would do.
And it shows you that all the orders come from the top. All the orders come from the top to be heavy-handed and deal with these people a certain way, but you cannot do that to these people. And so the white nationalists, they hear that and they say, that job is definitely for me. And they join, form their little gangs and cliques like you're bringing out. And it shows you, because I just seen a video of what's going on now. You know, they really, not to jump topics, but they releasing some of the Palestinian prisoners in Israel. But they said the police in Israel, so cold because they tell you we ain't playing that. They not as subtle as America in Israel. And they said, listen, we heard that the Palestinians were saying they treating us fair. They won't let us celebrate. Our people coming home, they won't let us celebrate. And they interviewed the Israeli police and them. And they said, listen, we won't tolerate any celebrations of any kind. We still consider these terrorists. And they said they was ripping down the Palestinian flag, pushing them when they hugging their people, pushing them out the way. And the police said, we have our orders. They said to be iron-fisted with this, and we won't tolerate any celebrations, any of this, any of that. And they was ripping all their celebration flags and things, banners and hanging. They said they come into it and they rip our stuff off the walls and they push us. I couldn't even hug my aunt. And you know what I'm saying? Like the police follow orders.
That's right.
And so even in America, they follow orders. And like you said, the black cops that join thinking they're going to make a difference, they start getting their orders and they say, well, damn, I guess if I want to be a cop, I got to follow these orders. How's you know better than me? Like you said, the brainwashing begins. And they just follow them orders.
Was that what you just said? Give it up for General Maya.
Almost like
all right. What you just said was the wildest thing in the world. You mean to tell me that the Israelis will not allow the Palestinians to celebrate their prisoners coming home? Like, brother, that is the ultimate level of oppression. Like, that's what we went through in the South, in the Caribbean, in Central and South America. We went through that. And for us to have gone through that, and now they still, that's wild. You cannot celebrate your people coming home. It means you got to be in a certain mode, even if you don't want to be. Like you got to be thinking and acting a certain way, even if you don't want to. And you know what it makes me think of? It makes me wonder how much have we been conditioned to be a certain way? You know what I mean? And we may not even be aware of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why black people think black people ain't SHIT. You know what I'm saying?
That's the brainwash.
Hispanics can't get along
Right.
because they got certain rules that stare you in that mode of thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Could you imagine? So in other words, if unchecked in 100 years from now, Palestinians will be saying Palestinians ain't SHIT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They ain't crap. You know what I mean? Like all they little rough soldiers will be looked at as evil. And who knows? Maybe the other side will be giving them some packages to sell. So now they selling and looked at as the criminal. And before you know it, they got a society like America's with the Palestinians in a certain position. That's why this place, the Lord is about to destroy this entire place.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? This place about to go to hell in a handbag, and rightfully. One thing about the Most High that you could always count on is that he's going to be just. That's what you can count on. You know what I mean? He's going to, like, we didn't end up in slavery just because we ignorant. We were the smartest people on the earth. We ended up in slavery because we broke his law, and he said he was going to put us in slavery. So that much you can count on. You can count on you're going to get justice. And so you know this place is going to hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, guaranteed.
You know that this is going exactly where it would go.
Yes, sir. Guaranteed, you know.
That it on it?
Yeah, General. What you and General Mayaka is saying is so heavy because that's real. Like that code, the ethics, they have that for real. I know, and I always say the one thing that stopped me because I felt the pull too. It was a heavy pull to choose the side while I was working on that particular slave, right?
Right.
But the one thing that got me was the brotherhood classes you always used to teach, and you stayed in my head about it. You, General Hyman, and General Mayak, I stayed in my head about it. It always regurgitated when I was working. It was like, yeah, you got to do your job. Be careful. You say, but they're still your brothers and sisters. And that stayed in my head. And that worked against what I was learning and what they were trying to show me and have me do. So now when I'm faced with certain situations, I didn't always want to go to physical violence or unaliving people real fast. I always had a moment of pause. You know what I mean? It was always a moment of pause. And that moment of pause, and even I didn't know at the time, but the Lord was with me because during that moment of pause, nothing tragic happened to nobody. And I was able to still do something that's very effective, but I didn't have to unalive nobody or unintentionally hurt nobody, you know what I mean, like that, or like how they would want you to be. I know one time we got a guy, and we were chasing this cat. We chased him, and we caught him at like 45th and Chestnut. Yeah, 45th and Chestnut, right? And I had to, it's crazy because, and I know the Lord was with me doing the job. He running, and I'm coming down a block. I see him. I'm on one side. The other guy was training on the other side. He coming down the block, and I say, let me see hands. He didn't let me see his right hand. And as I get close to him, and I can tell he was tired, but he was also high. I can see both in him. And I had my jaw, and I pulled it into me a little bit. I got close to him. He let me get real close. So I hit him with a throat strike. Pow, real fast. He fell back. I heard cling, cling, cling. I looked. I said, shit, he had a gun. So he hit the ground, and it kind of woke him up. He went reaching for the gun. I stepped on his hand real quick. We got him, cuffed him, and I took the gun. But meanwhile, the people who was chasing him finally caught up. Man, they was trying to kill that cat. I had to grab him real fast like this here and toss him in the paddy wagon and lock the door because they had so much rage in him for running and they chasing him. They wanted to kill this cat. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. I couldn't believe it. But I knew that, and they was telling me, one part I forgot, they was telling me, gun, 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 gun. They was howling, but I didn't hear it. Like, I didn't hear the gun, gun, gun part. Right? I didn't hear none of that. You know what I mean? And I'm glad I didn't, because I probably would have took a different approach. And now, on retrospect, I think about it, I know now that was the Lord. You know what I mean? And I got many stories like that I know all the time. Them stories. Y'all don't know. I was calling General Hyman back in 2003 and 4. Like my phone was going out of order. Hey, General Hyman, you believe this shit that happened to me? Shit, something. But it was the Lord keep me safe. And even though them cats was doing evil and wrong, they were still not being unalived. You know what I mean? And listen,
I was getting chastised for it. I forget this part here. They was chastising me for not unaliving people. I think I came to you, sir, about that. You and Jim Hyman particularly about that, because they was coming at me. Like, yo, man, you got to stop playing, man. Pull a trigger on these cats out here, man. Stop playing, man. Like, you got to stop playing. Why don't you want to pull a trigger? And it was, like, real heavy how they kept coming at me over it.
It's damn near like they in a war.
Yeah.
And you ain't killing enough of us.
Yeah.
Which is not what policing is. Like, policing is supposed to be totally different than actual military service. But they go get ex-military people and then put them in the police force, which should be illegal in any sensible country. The only reason it's not in this country is because they don't look at us as part of them, which is the problem. Like any smart leader would never put soldiers who go to war inside the policing. The policing is supposed to be a different thing. It's supposed to be protecting the people, serving the people, whereas war is supposed to be killing the enemy. But so if you take a soldier that's meant for war and killing the enemy and make him the police officer, you potentially have now taken a soldier to turn on the population. You understand? Like, it's backwards. But they use these soldiers in the police force in our neighborhoods because that's where the soldier's comfortable at. He's comfortable in an environment of killing people. So they put him in our environment to do the same thing, to be on edge. That's why you got so much false shootings. That's why you got so much accidental deaths. That's why you got so much madness going on. Not to mention all the things they do to destroy our brothers as well. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Let's move. Go ahead.
And I got one more story I want to bring out. I remember one time I was coming for a training class. It was a Saturday, right? I come out of the parking lot we had, and I had on a sweatsuit. You know, the sweatsuit going for the training class. And I was an instructor, right? I'm running to the headquarters, and I seen this person I know that worked, and she was an admin, and it was a Saturday morning. So it was cold outside, so I'm running down the block and everything. She looked at me running down the block, and she just seen her face. Her face turned pale red, and she took off inside of the building. I said, "Mother, don't she do that?" So I'm running and running. I go inside the building, and she see me, and she go, "Oh," like she came out of it. And I looked at her with disgust and walked on past. But that part stay in my brain because I'm out here busting my behind, trying to keep the neighborhood I'm working in safe and XYZ. Person know who I am. But because I got on a sweatsuit with a hoodie and it's cold, I'm running, I automatically somebody evil.
Mm-hmm.
I'm automatically now the enemy because of what I had on and running to the job in the building. That never left my mind, man. That part never left me. And a lot of cops, especially you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian that's in law enforcement, a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all let that slide. You go past, you don't talk about it because you got to get past it. No, it got to be talked about. It got to be brought out, man. Y'all can't be sleeping on that no more. It happens to a lot of y'all out there, and I know it do, but because of your status on your job and whatever position you may have or you may want to have, you don't want to talk about it. Sir, go ahead. Sir.
No. Was that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Salaki, I just want to add this before we jump off the story. It's a great opportunity, man, for you Black and Latino police officers. Now is the time, man, where you should supposed to go and get all the brothers and sisters who are in the right spirit and let them become the police officers. Like, you could change the whole situation. You could create a police force now that is compassionate to the Lord's chosen people. That's a real police force, meaning you stopping the crime for the brothers and sisters that seek to commit the crime, but you also protecting and raising up the nation. And you're going to go after who you supposed to go after. Like, a lot of cops don't want to go after them big-time drug dealers because a lot of them are tied to government agencies and different other things. But you got an opportunity, man. Like John told the centurions there, you can exact the right amount now. Now you can create police officers who are compassionate for the Lord's chosen people. But you can't do that unless you let them police officers know that our people are in this condition not because of their own will, that this was thrust upon them. They was beat into this type of person. They were beat into this society. And you can now teach them brothers to not fall up under that spirit and get into the right spirit and then really do their job and watch how many lives change. That whole community policing they talking about, It don't work when the oppressor is trying to kill you on one end and give you a candy bar to your kid in the park the next minute.
That's right.
That don't work. But what does work is our brothers waking up. We don't have no problem. Why we don't have no problem? We all up in the community, feeding people, stopping crime, doing all kinds of stuff.
That's right.
You take brothers like us, you can make a whole police force, man, that could really do some solid good. But before you jump on that next story, real quick, Trooper Yara, yes, Trooper Yara, the Yemenis, it wasn't Iran, it was Yemen. The Houthi rebels stopped an oil tanker belonging to Israel, according to them. Great Britain is saying it belonged to them. The Houthis are saying it belonged to the Israelis. They hijacked it off the sea. I just wanted to answer his question in there. Somebody else had another quick one that I want to answer too. Before we move on, real quick. Bear with me. Gene Arias said this. They give candy in the war zones. That's what they do, trying to win the minds of the people, which of course didn't work. They ran them out the country. You know what I mean? They just ran them the hell out the country. So it didn't even matter because what they tried to do over there was they tried to take a soldier whose job it is to kill people and make him somebody that can, love the people that he's trying to kill and murder and who's trying to kill and murder him. It was the dumbest idea in the world. Yeah. And they lost 2 wars behind it. You know what I mean? That's not old school. You know what I mean? That's not how you do that. You don't take soldiers and put them in positions of police authority. So that's it. I don't want to keep running on.
Can I say one thing?
Please. Good.
I'm going to say this, right, on what Commander Yahana said about that. I'm going to tell you how true he is. And I'm going to tell you what he said is the absolute truth. Many of y'all that's been in, our precious military, right? When you get discharged, right, there's no programming for you to get discharged, right? There's nothing that really deprogram you. You go, you get discharged. A lot of the stuff, they try to put you on drugs and medication. We've seen a lot of terrible combat, right? I know for me personally, when I got out, at the time I got out, I had opportunities to either be a correctional officer or police officer right during that time. And when they came to me with a job, I said, no, thank you. So the person came to me was, he was real close to my pop, real close to my father, see me grow up. And he had connections. He said, I can get you this, then get you that. And I said, no. He came to me a couple of times. And finally, he said, why? Why won't you take these jobs? They're good jobs. And I had to tell him, I said, you don't understand. I said, I can't do these jobs knowing and still having the things that I had inside of me for the military. Because my mindset at the time was still on a militaristic thing. And I know if I came home with that day, I'd be in jail. So what Commander Yahana is saying is right. Like, you can't do that because your mind is not right where they want you to be. You're going to be, when something happens, you're going to go full auto. And y'all, a lot of cats who in the military, been in the military, you know what I'm saying. And they teach you a certain way, and you can't go there because you'll be in jail. You know what I mean? This is the back of what Commander Yahana said. That stuff gets pushed in you, and you really can't. It takes a while to get it out your system. They get it out of you where you ain't got to, something happen, you ain't got to live that no more. It takes a while. And what got me and what fully transformed me was the I.S.U.P.K. Y'all understand, man, them classes with Commander Yahana, General Muhammad, General Mayak really transformed my life, man, and made me become a different man. You understand what I'm saying? Saved my life, man. And I hope and pray it save y'all and get y'all to see the meaning of what this truth can do for you. You understand? That's it, sir.
Go ahead, you die. Damn right.
Yeah.
Blueface's mom launching OnlyFans on his birthday, teaching daughters how to rob men.
On her son's birthday.
Wow.
Good night. Like once again, and it's sad. It's sad that this makes the news. And I heard this is all over social media. Is that true?
Khan, sir, it is all over social media right now.
Right. It's sad that this is all over social media. But unfortunately, it is. And it's all over social media because, of course, we are now in the mode to be attracted to every vile thing that we can get out of this society. They've taught us to cleave onto the vile things. Yeah. And that's what we do. And that's why everybody's talking about it. Like, and what a monster. What a monster to teach women how to rob brothers. And you got a son. Like you got a son. But you so thoughtless of your son and the sons of your sisters that you go and teach women how to, instead of being good wives, how to rob them. Like things like being a good wife is square, so-called square now. It's like nobody want to hear about that. When you destroy in your life, like them sisters, man, I saw an interview recently with one of the girls from the City Girls, that group, the City Girls. And I hadn't seen a video of her doing the music, but I saw this interview, and what caught my eye was that the interviewer was asking her about it, and she was talking about it like she did not want her daughter to be a city girl. And I was like, that's wild. She's a city girl. She don't want her daughter to be a city girl. So then I went and turned on her music video, and then I saw why. I said, well, I see why she don't want to be a city girl. And let me tell you something. She doesn't want to be a city girl. What's the Dominican sister that's famous?
Cardi B.
Cardi B didn't want her daughter to see her in the bathroom doing the video. Remember, we brought that out way back, a while back. That tells us so much. That tells us that this vile life that we getting caught up into is not coming necessarily from the artists. It's coming from those behind the artists. Yes, the artists are actually performing what they don't want to perform. Right. They performing something that's evil. And they know it's evil. That's why they don't want it for their children. But they putting it out, selling millions of records all over social media because there's some rotten piece of garbage that's behind it making a mint of money. And we all know tons of these artists end up broke as hell. They suing record companies. It's such a vile business itself. On top of it, they in there fighting, you know what I'm saying, to do some evil that they themselves don't want to do.
Right.
And then it spreads out to the ones who really want to do that evil, like his mom. Like she wants some of that fame too. She want to get that fame off of her brother, off of her son too. And so as a result, she becomes a monster. And here's the lesson being taught. The lesson being taught is if you be vile, if you destroy your people, if you teach them to be whores, you teach them to be drug dealers, you teach them to destroy themselves, we gonna make you a millionaire. You're gonna be famous. You're gonna be all over social media. When that's not even our nature. That's why when we came out of Egypt, I always talk about it. We came out of Egypt, and in one generation, we became a fully righteous, holy people. We went from a vile people coming out of Egypt to becoming a holy, righteous people in one generation. And the Lord said it. He said, I'm gonna raise your sons and daughters up to be righteous. He had us in that wilderness 40 years. So we damn near all of us died off, and our children came up when he raised them up the right way, which also, if I could, y'all jump in any time, but real quick also, which also lets you know that if you want a powerful, righteous, healthy, safe nation, you got to be raised up by the Lord.
Right.
Because if you raised up by Egypt, if you raised up by Babylon, if you raised up by America, you're going to get the actual opposite. When it comes time to get you out of here, it's going to be a vile-ass place. And that's exactly what it is. She's an abomination to do that evil, man. Abomination. And no care for nobody else's child. Your son done become successful. You know what I mean? You should be thankful and be like, well, I don't want to destroy no other kid's chance of becoming great. No, instead, you come out with something vile to put some money in your pocket. The lowest of the low of our people are being promoted as the greatest of the great. We're going to talk about P. Diddy tonight, too.
All right.
Y'all to that. We're going to bring out P. Diddy tonight. Like, that's the lowest of the low. That's who's the greatest of the great in this kingdom. In Christ's kingdom, they not. The people of the Lord in Christ's kingdom are on the bottom. But they soon about to be on the top. I yield.
Come on, come.
You was going to say something, you dad? In general, anytime you're ready, you know that. Go ahead.
Good, sir.
Khan, sir, what you bringing out, sir, is so heavy. Is that's the trend right now, especially, you know what I mean? You had It's a basketball player named Joe Smith, and his wife was on Cameron's podcast because she came out and revealed that his wife, basketball player Joe Smith, his wife Keisha revealed that, you know what I mean, to him and everybody at the same time on Twitter, everybody explode, that she's starting to do an OnlyFans. And then Cameron, you know what I mean, him, Mace had her on the podcast, him giving her, her giving them massages, but just to show you how evil and vile, you know what I mean, our people have been taught to do those things. Like a lot of people don't know, OnlyFans is ran by the so-called Jew, along with Pornhub and a lot of those other sites and stuff, which are ran by the so-called Jewish rabbis that they promote to our people, sir. Salakia.
Damn right. Khan, you can put the picture on one side, just split it. You know what I'm saying? Are you able to do that? Oh, okay, my bad. Salakia. Khan, good point. Give it up, Israel. You know, man. Like that's once again, they're shaping our society. Once again, brother, when we get out of this place, and we get ready to get set up, we're gonna be shocked at everything that gets revealed that they've been doing to us. They're chemically destroying us, biologically destroying us, psychologically destroying us, violently destroying us. I mean, seductively destroying us. They're using every tool in the toolbox. We are a wreck of a people for what they've done to us. They've wrung out our spirit, you understand, to where there's nothing left of us, to where we've been reduced, which is so heavy in this. We've been reduced to a common animal. If you think about it, every animal has a couple of things in common. One, they all try to eat to survive. Okay. Two, they all try in some way to protect themselves from being destroyed. Three, portion of them also are violent towards other animals. Now, that's the three basic things of human nature, y'all. TikTok, YouTube. So now, once you reduce a person down to those three, you basically have reduced them into an animal. You basically have taken away all their intelligence and cognitive ability and just reduced them to an animal that's just trying to survive, trying to eat, trying to do what the three things that animals do. And once you reduce people to that, then they're the easiest thing to control, like any animal. I always talk about this when I had my dog. I walk my dog is loyal to me. My dog was deadly loyal to me. My dog would kill you if you came in the room with me and he didn't know you. He would literally, knock you down and rip your throat out. But now, why did he do that? Because he's an animal and he wanted to eat. And he knew that I was the avenue for him to eat. Now, if I stopped feeding him for a couple of days, he'd be growling at me and now looking at me the same way he looked at the enemy. And therefore lies the route of control. And that's what's happened to us. That's what's happened. The food prices don't have to be this high. We don't have to have all this that's going on. But why? This is how you control animals. If you don't have no inflation, everybody's comfortable and will pursue righteous matters, pursue the things that build life. So if you want your animal to act right, you got to do like you do when you train a dog. You give him a little piece of meat and you tell him what you want him to do. And you give him a little more meat and you tell him what to do. And once he learns how to do what it is you want him to do, he eating good. And he knows it. And that's your rappers. That's your entertainers. They'll take anybody and reduce them to an animal and put that person up before everybody else and say, see, this is how you get success. I'm never impressed by rappers or singers or actors or any of them. No, none of them impress me.
Right.
They might say a good saying or something heavy, or they might be extremely entertaining. So this cat's out here that can make music like a real poet, but they not giving me no life advice. That makes no sense. They're not going to explain, they taking actors and actresses and got them giving us advice about life and all of that. When this is a person that in many cases you reduced into an animal to use to control the rest of the population.
Right.
Comedians. I'm not listening to you for life advice. I'm going to laugh at your jokes because your jokes is funny as hell. But I'm not taking you serious like you going to show me about life. You might know about life, but I can't take you serious knowing that you controlled by a man who's trying to make all of my people a bunch of animals. Nah, man, we can't do that. We cannot do that. And that's what this is. Like you brought out, his mother. And just imagine what he'll front like it ain't no problem, or like his mama. He probably fronting, you know, they got handlers. And he probably fronting like, yeah, man, it ain't no problem. You know, don't hate the player. What they used to say, don't hate the game, don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm sure they got a ton of revived lines like that. When inside, man, that boy go to bed at night, and the one woman that he expects to be holy and to represent him in his pursuit for a righteous woman or good woman, the one woman that's supposed to be his standard is a disgusting, you know, piece of garbage.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that do to your self-esteem? Destroys it. Destroys your self-esteem. You understand? And you basically don't even understand the basic functions of a man and a woman and a mother and a father and a child. Because look, you don't give a damn. Ridiculous, man. I didn't mean to run on. It's a lot.
Can I say one thing, sir? I'm sorry, Mayak, you want to say something?
You got it, General. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Mayak Salaki.
I was just going to briefly just say it's a sad thing, you know, in America, not in America, period, amongst our people, that when you become an adult, you become a grown woman, you got kids, and you still hustling and doing a little, you know, conniving, juvenile things like this. It's
Good
real
word.
Juvenile, you understand? But America teaches us that this is, you know, they think this is a good thing in our culture. It's been taught to us that, you know, these hustles and little schemes, you know, I recently heard a sister say, you know, I'm a hustler. It ain't cool to be a grown-ass woman, you know what I'm saying? And be out here hustling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Be a mama, you know what I mean? Be a wife.
Yeah.
You understand? It's ridiculous. Salaki,
No, you're right. You're right.
Come on, Salakia.
Go ahead, please.
If I could just say one quick thing. And let me tell you, and another reason why this story is so important and so pertinent to everyone in the truth is that it comes against something that Jesus Christ came against. Now, this is a big misconception about Jesus Christ. And to understand this is to really understand the real Jesus Christ in the Bible. Jesus Christ does not like your mother. He does not like your father. He does not like the police. He does not like the mayors and the government. Jesus Christ is against the traditional authority figures in your life. He's absolutely against them, speaks against them in the Bible, because so many of you, the reason that you're drug addicts, the reason that you're drug dealers, the reason that you're criminals is because of your parents. That's where it started. And because you have this inherent respect to follow the tradition of your family, the tradition of your family is to get high. Is to get high. Who's a brother sent me the story today about some brother and his father, how his brother and his son and his father got high together. And now because they get high together, now you're wondering why this son is a drug addict. All of the mafia and even the white people and the criminals outside of our nation, their parents grew up in the mafia. Their neighborhood was in the mafia. So many of you, you can't escape your mother. You can't escape your father. Jesus Christ wants you to escape your mother. He doesn't like your mother. Jesus Christ is against your traditional family structure. You know we can prove it. This is always what we taught. Jesus Christ came to set a man at enmity against his household.
That's right.
He came to put you against your mother, against your father. He came to do it. He came not for peace, but for a sword. When I was coming into the truth under command in General Yahana, that was so revolutionary to me because I didn't even understand how you could change and be from your family. Like, how could you change? My family loves Christmas. My family loves Thanksgiving. My family sells drugs. My family shoots people. My family does crime. How in the hell can I change and still be with them? Because changing would mean I'm not with them anymore.
That's right.
Commanding General Yahana taught me that I could get a new family. I could get new mothers, new fathers, new family. That is the key to everything. And if I could, sir, your family is the biggest enemy to Jesus Christ. That is in the Bible. If I could, Commander General Yahana, the officer wanted to read a precept.
Go ahead, get down.
Salakia.
Khan. Matthew chapter 10, verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Listen, when I learned that from Commander General Yahana Thursday night. Thursday night, I came into class and he taught me that, and it blew my mind because I couldn't even understand how I could come into the school and keep up the tradition of my family. It would be, I couldn't do both. I could not do both because they wanted me to sin. The U.P.K. wanted me to live righteous. How in the hell I would, in essence, have to disrespect the traditions of my family to be in the truth? I couldn't do both because this makes your mother angry. This makes your father angry. This makes your grandmom angry. How can you do it? And he read me this. Read it one more time.
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
If Blueface doesn't know this, what is he supposed to do when he's been taught to do anything for money?
Yep.
Anything. How is he supposed to be a good person and respect his mama and what she taught him, what she instilled in him? How the hell do you do it? You would have to disrespect what she taught you. I'm not doing that, Mom. That's wrong. But I raised you like this, boy. I'm not doing the things you raised me to do. You raised me wrong. You raised me the way grandma raised you. And I'm not doing that. Many of your mothers have been molested, and that's all she's teaching you. Your mother is a molested girl who is teaching you the pain of molestation. So your mother doesn't, look at men like there's something to be, to be treated with the same dignity she wants because a man molested her. So in her mind, men are just filthy, disgusting vermin who molest children. She hates men. She can't stand them. She hates your mother. She hates your father. And as you get older, you look like a man who she can't stand. Now you're expected to go out in the world and what? Raise a family, get a job, have dignity? No, you have to reject your mother. Your mother is the enemy to Christ. Your father, your grandma, they hate him. And here's the important part. He hates them too. He hates them right back. Whosoever loveth mother and father more than me, go ahead,
is not worthy of me.
Listen, that blew my mind, sir, when you taught it to me so many years ago. Because that means Christ is against your family. He's an enemy to your family. Keep going.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Here we go. I gotta sell drugs. Why? To feed my kids. To buy my kids Christmas gifts. Lord knows when you come into the truth, you brothers with children, them little brats are going to keep you in the world. Why? Because your kids want Christmas gifts, don't they? Your kids, that's what they want. And the minute you don't buy those Christmas gifts, you're a deadbeat dad. F them kids. F them all. F your mother, F your father, F those kids, or else you are not worthy to serve Christ. Your children, your mother, your father, they're enemies to Christ. Keep going.
Verse 38, and he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
You don't want to do it. The burden's too heavy, I guess, right? You love your mama. Oh, I'm your mama. She's your, I love my mama. All the songs, all the praise in the world. Well, your mom wants you to smoke weed. Smoke weed with your father. You get high with him. That's how you bond. Your father bought you your first prostitute, didn't he? A lot of you. Am I telling you something? Am I saying a lie? Say it again.
That's what Bootsy did for his son.
Bootsy the rapper.
Khan, the rapper.
He went and bought his son a prostitute. That is normal. That goes back to the 20s or to the Roman Empire. Well, your father would go get you a prostitute and make you a man. He'll make you a man and get you a prostitute and hand you your first blunt and send you out to go rob and steal. And your mother will teach you how to shoplift. Am I saying something that ain't true? You know it's true. You know it is. Now, how in the hell do you change? How in the hell do you become a righteous person? By rejecting your mother, rejecting your father, rejecting your grandmother, and following the Israelite school of U.P.K.
That's right.
Damn right. And do we lose him, Moreau? I
hear you fine, sir.
Okay, Salaki. Let me add something to that. Like, was you going to say something?
No, good.
Salaki, I was just going to say, and listen, Boosie is bringing his son a prostitute, and Blueface's mother is teaching girls how to steal from men, because what they're doing is trying to give you the avenue to not get the pain that they went through.
There you go.
Instead of them becoming brand new in the truth, they instead go and spread a lie to the world that this is how you avoid getting the pain I got when I was coming up. You understand? Like, some man molested and abused her, so she gonna teach every woman how to steal. Some woman that was his first girlfriend broke his heart, so now he gonna bring a prostitute to his son, so his son don't have no connection to the first woman he gets. This is how we push this madness, man. Just Art and Paint made a good point. She said, but they rather help poison other people's children. Like, they're going to poison other people's children, instead of enhancing other people's children. Let me get one quick scripture. Give me that scripture where the Lord said, in the last days, they'll be lovers of themselves.
Come on.
Like, read that for me, please.
Sir, the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also, that in the last days, perilous times shall come.
Right. Because the times get rough, the spirit on people are going to change, because there's a man sitting in the background pushing and teaching all of this stuff. And if you don't reject your parents when they have the wrong spirit about Christ, then you're going to learn the wrong lesson. It ain't that you don't love your parents. There's nothing wrong. You're supposed to love and honor your father and mother. That's what the scripture said. But you can't follow them. You got to follow Christ over them, because if you don't, they're going to lead you back into the world and into destruction. You don't got to love them less. You just got to know, I still love my mother, I still love my father, but I can't do what they want me to do in that context. I can't go do evil the way they want me to do evil.
Right.
You still honor them. You still, your mother call and say, go to the store and bring me some groceries. And you still go to the store and bring some groceries. But you tell her, Ma, I'm going to leave the groceries at the front door, because I ain't coming in that house with all that weed. I can't be smelling up all that weed, Ma. I can't do that. And then she got to deal with that, but you still honoring her. You still caring for her. Your dad say, man, come on, man, take me down to the liquor store. Dad, I can't take you down there because you're drinking all the time. You understand? I'll come over and bring you some juice and some stuff, but I'm not taking you to the liquor store. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case might be. That's what you got to do. And by doing that, you now stay out of the fray. You serving Yahushua in every aspect, even honoring them, and you still not getting caught up into the game. You know what I'm saying? Read that.
Khan, verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
And that's an animal. An animal is a lover of themselves. Animals in the wild, he ain't worried about another animal. You can kill another animal right next to him. He ain't gonna care nothing about it. Some animals kill an animal, and the animal they killing is screaming and yelling, and they don't give a damn about it. They trying to kill this animal and eat it. They got no conscience for these roars from this, the cries from this animal. That's what you do when you take a people and you reduce them down to an animal. They don't care about anything else. They become lovers of themselves. His mother is a lover of herself. You understand? Them rappers, them female rappers we talked about, they love themselves. They don't want their child. They love their child. They don't want their child to be poisoned by the poison they put out, but they love themselves. So they ain't gonna not do what the record companies say to do, because they love themselves more than anybody, and they got to get the millions.
Right.
So they gonna do what they got to do, but they gonna make sure their kids don't have it. Lovers of themselves. When Christ called us to not love ourselves, but to love the Lord's people, man.
Right. That's right.
That's what he called us to do. Go ahead.
God, sir. Covetous.
Covetous, meaning you love everything somebody else got. You want what you see over there. You were looking at that so-called Jew and what he got, and so you want what he got, not knowing he's about to lose everything he has, including his whole nation and identity, and in many cases, his own life by the hand of the Lord. But you covet what he had. You want what he had. You are jealous over what he has. Go ahead,
Colonel Wakan, sir. Boasters.
Boasters. Talk about themselves. They about them. Me. Boasters. That's what she doing. Boasted how she gonna teach every young girl how to rob men. A wicked thing to do. You understand? That's become normal. Yep. Everybody's talking about it because here's why everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it because, like all issues, there's a debate, right or wrong. Some people are with that. Some people are on that mindset already. Yeah, let's all rob these black men. Now, listen, you just lost 2% of your ability to have decent marriages just by this story. There's 2% of black women who was on the fence. Well, should I be righteous and deal with a brother right? Or should I be like I'm hearing about, be an old wicked ass broad and rob it? And guess what? 2% at least went over the fence.
Right.
Now they on the other side. And enough of this and enough of this, and we'll have no kind of black society, which is really damn near what we are already, which is why righteous men got to break through. Righteous men got to stand on their zone. Righteous men got to bring forth the might of the Most High so that our brothers and sisters can finally see that there is an avenue of righteousness that you don't have to go into the ground. Even how they made the church, and I know I'm running, but y'all bear with me. Even how they made the church put out the spirit of a loser when you join Jesus Christ. It's like you got to join Jesus Christ, and the most important thing they want you to know is turn the other cheek, get your ass whooped. And when that's not even what that was talking about. But they want you to be in that mode where you turn in the other cheek to the abuse and the evil that they teaching other brothers and sisters. It's like a whole system. One set of people they teaching to be predators and abuse you. And then if you go to church seeking righteousness, the avenue of seeking righteousness is for you to allow yourself to be abused by this group. It's evil as hell. Like, we're in a world of witchcraft, man, from the white man. We're in a world of witchcraft from this beast. And you got to reject that evil, man. Go ahead, stick with me. Come on.
Colonel Khan, sir. Proud blasphemers.
Proud blasphemers, meaning they disrespect the Most High, disrespect the scriptures. Meanwhile, you can't even guarantee me that you will walk out your house tomorrow and make it back home safe.
Right.
You can't guarantee me that. You get people dying every day who never expected to die in this world. Yet you disrespecting the Most High, dumb, because once again, you've been reduced to an animal. Since you ain't dying right now, and there's a scripture on that, and said because judgment is not speedily or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. It is in the hearts of men to do evil, meaning because you ain't getting judgment this moment, you just keep doing the evil that you doing. Because there ain't nothing happening to you right now. You going to hell off in the evil. That's what we as a people are dealing with. They done reduced us, man, to nothing. We got nothing inside us no more. No spirit, no righteousness, no compassion. You've been reduced to an animal. You'll kill and destroy anything that's around you just for your own self. And that is what this brother is dealing with. Go ahead, finish it up real quick.
Colonel Khan, sir. Disobedient to parents.
Right, disobedient to parents. And that's not just talking about your mother and father. Disobedient to parents, meaning disobedient to those who teach you the right way to be, who's giving you the path of righteousness. I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm your father and mother now. Right. Your father and mother don't know better. You honor and take care of them, but you don't listen to them. You listen to me. You understand? And the men I certify. Right, that's how you get raised up and walk into the right direction of the Most High. Go ahead, Damn right. Go ahead, finish it up right quick. The water, y'all. The water.
Colonel Khan, sir. Unthankful.
You no longer appreciate the smaller things. You just want the money. You just want the clout. You just want to be famous on YouTube. Like, people today are going out of their mind because the white man being so good at his witchcraft, he done gave you an avenue to be famous a little bit. Yeah, man, a little bit. So now everybody who's lusting for fame and power is running in that direction to get a piece of it. And as a result, you doing more and more evil to try and accomplish that goal. That's why she gonna teach these women this. And listen, and the first woman that goes out and robs some black man and thanks her for it and comes on YouTube, she gonna be famous. It's gonna be like, it worked, y'all. I took that nigga for 100 G's. Yada, 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 yada. And before you know it, they done poured witchcraft into the black community. They done poured witchcraft among us. Like, this man really understands witchcraft. He really understands the things that destroy our society. They got whole psychologists that study these things, and they put them in effect. They even said how they went to Harvard to figure out how to steal the black record companies from black people. They went to Harvard. We did a story on it in there. They went to Harvard and studied it and robbed the entire black community of the black music industry. They'll do the same thing. You can guarantee they've done the same thing in psychologically breaking our brothers and sisters down and reducing us into an animal. And it done damn near become a self-propelling argument. You know what I mean? Damn near is on autopilot now. You know what I'm saying? You was gonna say something? Let me finish it. I'm gonna get out the way. Come on with it. I'm running, y'all. Salaki.
Unholy.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. Without natural affection.
Without what?
Natural affection.
You see that? Natural affection would be what the natural thing for any mother to do, especially one with a son, would be to teach sisters how to be good wives. You got a son. You love your son. You want your son to have a good wife and a good life. So you teach women how to be a good wife. But instead, you opposite. Read that part again.
Without natural affection.
You got an unnatural affection. You got an affection to robbing black men as opposed to an affection to teaching women how to be a good wife.
Right.
And you got an unnatural affection. There's something wrong with you. And meanwhile, you have the voice of the world now because your son is a famous rapper. It's madness that we dealing with. I'll finish it up. Is that it? Go ahead.
Truth breakers, false accusers, incontent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Right. That's the heavy part. There's more right above it, but that part right there, you despise the good. Why? Why do you despise good? You despise the good because, again, you got a slave master that wants you to love the evil. So therefore, you change from a person that loves the good. You now turn into a person that loves the evil and you hate the good because the good don't give you the success that the slave master wants you to have. You don't get that from the slave master. So guess what? You hate the good.
Right.
You turn your back on the good. You destroy the good. You're going to destroy them sisters, man. You mean? So lock, I yield.
They see sisters that talk good about black men. Like, the black men is our everything, sisters. What are you doing? We can't go nowhere without them. Them type sisters, they hate.
They hate them.
They hate the good. It's like, you sucker. These suckers out there.
Right. Because once again, somebody molested her. Somebody abused her. So anybody saying that, no, it ain't final is still some good brothers out there. Yeah. No, because she can't, in her own psychological depravity, she can't allow herself to be vulnerable. Right. So every man now got to get robbed. She can never allow herself to become normal. She has to be like an animal.
Right.
She's got to kill and destroy everything like an animal. Brother, we better find our way back to the truth.
Yes, sir.
Because that's the only way we're going to put righteousness back in our nation and become something else. We got to stop listening to the white man. Y'all better listen to me, okay? Not the white man. So
right,
I'm not saying it to boast. I'm just saying we have the truth through the grace and mercy of the Lord in 1 West, 125th Street, I.S.U.P.K. This is where, you know what I mean, you're going to learn how to walk in the right direction. You know what I mean? So was you trying to say something, Mama?
If I could, I remember the other story. Captain Tazar Yacht was showing me about some rapper named T.I. who has a son, I forget his name, king. And now you've seen this son before randomly on your phone, sir, like a little gremlin boy always doing something wrong. And T.I. has been getting high with this boy since the boy was suckled, probably.
Damn.
Now he had to physically fight the boy, you know, because the boy was dishonoring him in some way.
Is that him with them yellow dreadlocks?
That's him.
Yeah. If he don't be careful, that boy is gonna be a sodomite. I've seen him before.
Yeah.
If he ain't already, if he don't be careful. Salaki, go ahead.
It's the same thing in that he teaching his boy to be a drug addict his whole life, getting high with him, smoking weed with him. Then, of course, one day the boy raises up on him, and now he got to physically fight the boy because the boy has been taught to do this. And I don't know how you're supposed to end generational curses without rejecting those generations of people. How do you end that curse? Because the other people in your family want to continue it. They want you to go to church. Listen, you know how many people have been molested in that church?
Yeah.
I mean, countless people, throngs of people. And if a mother still brings her kids to church, how are you supposed to stop that curse? How can you? I don't know how you even do it, because it's going to cause a showdown between you and your mom.
Yeah.
Because your mom is going to say, no, that's the reverend. That's the church. You're going to say, Mama, the reverend molested everybody in the church, molested you. You still want me to bring my kids to the church? I got to do it. It is going to cause a showdown in your house.
Right.
Eventually, it'll come to this. Are you going to make your mom happy?
Invite us.
Or are you going to try to end the child molestation that's been happening in your family? You're going to come down to a battle. It's going to come down to a battle between you and your mother over, are we going to go to church? Or are we going to stop being molested? Eventually, it'll have to happen. T.I.'s son, he's been getting high his entire life. Now he's fighting his father. His father taught him to do drugs. How will that boy change unless he disappoints his father by getting off of drugs? That is going to disappoint T.I. T.I. is going to say, what's your problem, nigga? You know we smoke bud around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoke weed. Weed is from the earth. You're going to have a showdown with your dad to get off of drugs. Salaki, sir.
Damn right. Go ahead, man.
And if I could, and you so right, General. You know how many times I know the Black and Hispanic community then heard their family say, you know how we do. We the Jacksons, man. You know how we do. We the Jacksons, because their family has this reputation of being a certain way, and the new kids come up learning the same thing, and nobody wants to break it. And I heard a Christian told me, and they knew and they understood. I was talking, they was Christian and talking about the church. And I said, what's this? You know this and that about the church and this and this and this and this and this, running down all the evil in the church. And she said, I know it go on, but my family go there. She said, my family go there. I said, damn, that's it. I said, that's, you know what I mean? That's what got to be broken, you know, in order to, you know, break all that, get out of that. So,
right. And was you gonna say something?
Oh, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and Christ know it, and that's why he said, just, you know, he come to make them your enemy. He come to show you something that, you know, is totally different. It ain't that, you know, it's necessary for you to learn again. Like people send their kid to college to learn something that they're not learning at home in the hood. Well, Christ is saying you got to get away from there. You got to come to my college and learn righteousness, and you can't learn what you was learning over there with them. It's a new day.
Yeah.
And we got to change it. So, Lockie, I'm going to let you in.
Yes, sir. The water, sir. Hey, you got the scripture for me, brother? Just like how Commander Yahana, General Muhammad, General Mayak said it. And also, too, just so you know, right? When a woman comes to the truth, you change your life. You stop living like how you were before. Can I say the word? I know it's the truth. Can I say the word? Can I say the word? No. What? You can't be a promiscuous woman no more.
That's right.
And the scriptures say that. And the brother gonna bring it out. And that's why they be having battles with the moms. The mom have been promiscuous her whole life and telling you, you got to go experience life. The Bible said don't do that no more. Like, you can't do that. So now because you don't do that no more, now that woman who was promiscuous now starts to have envy towards you. Because you want to be right in the eye. And read the scripture for him, brother.
Khan, 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 49.
Go ahead.
Like as a whore envieth a right honest, and virtuous woman.
Say it again.
Kana Wakan, like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman.
You come in here, you change your life, like how Christ prescribed. You understand what I'm saying? And become somebody different. And now you wonder why you battling with your mom, your auntie, your girlfriends over the truth. You came in here now being right and honest and being virtuous. They not. They ain't being right and honest. They ain't being virtuous. They still out here having unlawful, sexual encounters with whoever the heck they want to. That smile on their face. You stop doing that. You got your one husband. You staying with him. You ain't dealing with nobody else. While they still going having sex with everybody, coming from the club in the back of the car, pulled up to the side, doing all kind of manner of evil. But you stop doing it. So now, because you stop doing it now, they envy you. They envy that right, honest, and virtuous woman because that's something that they're not. You know what I mean? Which Christ prescribed you to be that way. You got to be right and honest coming to the truth and leave that other side of life alone. So that's it.
Damn right. Let's go. What you got, you die? Run them down, man. Yes.
Kana Wakan. Sean Diddy Combs faces third sexual assault lawsuit within a week.
Go ahead. Keep going. Keep reading.
Kana Wakan. Sean Combs is facing another lawsuit accusing him of sexual and physical abuse. The hip-hop mogul who founded Bad Boy Records is being accused, alongside R&B singer Aaron Hall, of sexually assaulting an unarmed woman and her friend, then beating one of them several days later, according to the Associated Press.
If I could, sir, could you play the video? There's a video of Aaron Hall talking about all the relations he had in front of Puffy and in front of everybody. That boy, I mean, really explains the type of life they were living.
Can you find that?
Jodeci too, Jenna. I done seen footage with Jodeci. Jodeci used to do a ton of nasty things in front of Puff Diddy and vice versa.
I mean, the video of Aaron Hall is just a confession. It's a guilty plea.
And if I could, you brothers out there that want a decent woman and don't want a hoe, you should be mad at these cats.
Yeah.
You should be mad at all them slow song singing Negroes that's sleeping with every young girl that comes backstage. I mean, every last one of them singers and rappers got stories of running through women in their tour buses and all that. They don't have no scruples on it. And here's the thing, like anything, young women are attracted to power, but it's up to the powerful to govern how you handle that child. But if you are a selfish pig that only thinks about yourself, then guess what? When she enters your tour bus, you're going to have sex with her.
Yep.
When she enters the backstage at the concert, you're going to have sex with her. Tons of them. Mike Tyson, all of them got rape charges. Some of them locked up in jail. All kinds of crimes they was committing against these women because, once again, they become lovers of themselves. So they don't care what happens to that young girl. And now, here it comes out with P. Diddy. R. Kelly was a serial child molester. Right. He was a serial child molester going through it. And everybody knew it.
Yep.
The whole industry knew it, and nobody cared because that so-called Jew sitting over the top of him making a tractor trailer load of money off of the music that he was making sure that nobody brings him to charges. And then when he got later in his career where they knew they could make plenty of money without him, they said, go ahead, man, do whatever you want to do with him. And the same with Puff Daddy. They let him run long as they wanted him to run. They made tons of whatever money you see Puff Daddy got, his slave masters got 10 times that.
That's right.
They got 10 times that. And now he ran for a certain period of time. And guess what? Now they don't need him no more. They got enough music from him. They got enough tracks, enough artists. They made a ton of money. He ain't really marketable to make them so much more money. And they want the money he got. Remember, they don't just want to make money off him. They want to take his money too.
Right.
That money you got was only temporary for you to have a good time and be the nastiest bastard you could. But at the end, they want that money back.
Damn right, General.
And so now they just say, unleash the dragons on. and let every wicked thing that he's been doing, which they probably got on tape like they do with had with R. Kelly. They probably got tons of tapes of all kind of stuff with him. And make no mistake, once you go into that left-hand side, you open the door for all kind of evil. Many of these brothers were never into the alternative lifestyle. But the minute they got involved in that Hollywood world, then they started entering into that lifestyle. They started sampling and dabbling in it. And many of them got invited to that party. Some of them comedians came out with it, right or wrong, and said they were walking into parties and these people were having all kinds of relations in the middle of a party, in some back room sometimes openly. You understand? And tons of them, they said, turned around and, pushed people who otherwise would not be vile like them into vile things. And many times for their own self-satisfaction. People will make you do something evil just to satisfy themselves, just to feel powerful. They'll make you do something evil or push you to do something evil. You trying to get success. This person is famous and they asking you to do something. And because they asking you to do something, you go and do it and violate yourself and the Most High. But really, this person just did it to just puff themselves up, to be like, hey, tell a boy, you see what I made him do? You see that? He went and did this. They did that on them reality shows.
Yes.
A ton of them reality shows was like that. And matter of fact, get me right, that same Puff Daddy made somebody walk all the way to New York to get a cheesecake or something. Okay. Go ahead, you die. I know you die know all them stories.
Go ahead. Said he made his entire cast on making the band walk to Brooklyn, I believe from Harlem, to get cheesecake around like 2 o'clock in the morning.
You see that? Now what purpose does that serve except for the audience to see their humiliation and to make himself appear more powerful? Lovers of themselves. He didn't give a damn about the long walk they had to take, the danger they could have been in, the worldwide humiliation that they had, I'm sure, by doing it. He could care less about any of that. All he cared about, satisfying himself.
Yep.
And now his masters who taught him to be an animal have just now thrown him away. Give me your diet, that scripture that said, go to that lovers now. You know the one I'm talking about? Like that's your lovers. Them old record labels and all that, that's your lovers, man. That's who you go to, not just to make music and to be an actor. You go to them to learn how to be wicked. You've joined yourself to them, to the philosophy of them. And they turn on you in the end. Instead of you building up righteously. You know how many brothers and sisters this clown could have helped and saved and built up and did so much publicly? And here's another thing. A ton of them do small things in the dark, but they don't do it publicly so that other celebrities and our people as a whole learn the right lesson. One right celebrity can teach a ton of people to treat their brothers and sisters with righteousness.
Right.
One celebrity could do it. All you got to do is show it, and people will respond to it. People will be like, "Yeah, that was real righteous what he did." And then he can go on any podcast he wants, and the interviewer gonna ask him, "Well, why did you help all them people like that?" And all he had to say is, "Well, we should be all doing this. We should all be helping each other do blah 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 blah." You understand? You see an old lady in the supermarket struggling with her groceries, pay her bill for her. You see this, or you see that, or you see this going on with our, like they could be actual real leaders and really show the avenues of righteousness that would help all our society. You getting rich off of them. They buying your records, you getting rich off of them. You won't even give them a little advice to be right.
Right.
Because you've been reduced to a damn dog.
Right.
You like a cat or a dog or a rooster or whatever the hell, a bird. You got that one I'm talking about in the Proverbs, I think it is, or in the Psalms. You got it, brother behind you.
You talking about one in Ezekiel or something?
Where he said, no, not in Ezekiel. The one where he said, "Go now to thy lovers." Look up the word lovers and then give it to you. Which one you in? This ain't it. Look up the word lovers. It'll give you the scripture. Lovers with an S. Lord allow. Like that's what you got it. Give it to me, Dad.
Sir. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, and verse 30. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do?
Oh man, General Katham Gabar. I got to interrupt you for a second. General Katham Gabar just reminded me of something. 2004, you got it up there, Maratha Water. In 2004, P. Diddy had a slogan: vote or die.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody voted.
Yeah.
And now everybody's dead.
Yeah.
Like that means somebody who wanted Obama in office used him like a cheap hoe to push the vote. When once again, he could have just been doing it on his own for righteousness, not the vote, meaning helping us. And once again, let me tell you something, man. If you in the hood and you poor and you just a regular person, don't think you're powerless. Come join me, man.
That's right.
Join me in our push towards righteousness. And guess what? Eventually, we will rise with power and we will step to these cats with righteousness, and we will convince them that it's in their best interest to turn from their darkness to light. Not I ain't talking gang talk. I'm not talking about with violence, but they'll see that the black community is moving in a different direction.
Right.
The Latino community is moving in a different direction.
Right.
The Native Indian community is moving in a different direction. The direction that they're moving in is that we got to help us fix us. So we need you to get right with what you're saying and doing. That's what should go on. You understand? Righteousness is just as contagious as evil. You understand? You could get to the point where people don't even want to hear no rapping about killing and selling drugs because you making eloquent music about righteous things, about real right ways that we ought to be in society. You understand? You got to give it to me now. I didn't mean to cut in on you. Big shout out to General Katham Gabar. That was a good point he brought out. Vote or die. It was a big push. Vote or die. It was like if you didn't vote, you was going to end our life.
Right. Like you wasn't black no more.
Right. Like you was going to be put out of the blackness. Everybody ran out and did it. And guess what? Obama done retired and the businessman. And that was the end of that. You understand? But Christ is forever. Go ahead, you die. Salakia. I don't mean to run on. Come on with it.
Oh, Selector, I have this one in Jeremiah 4 and 30, but I also have another one in Ezekiel 16 and 37.
Okay, I must be missing where it's at. Try me. Let me see what you got.
Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 30.
No, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 30. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee.
That's one of them. That's a good one. You're going to do all of that. You're going to become famous. You're going to become amazing. And you're going to think you loved by them executives. You think you loved by the white record companies. You think you loved by them. The scriptures say they're going to what?
In vain thou shalt make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee.
Your lovers still going to despise you. All the nations going to hate you. They're going to hate you, man, because you gave up your dignity. You gave up your self-respect. You gave up your righteousness. That's why the Lord said thy wisdom and the knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
Right.
Like they don't love and respect you. Go ahead, Maya. They don't love and respect you because you leave your virtuous ways. They look at you as filthy. That's why the Palestinians came out and told the brothers, your oppression is your own fault. Because what they're trying to say is because you walked away from your dignity and respect as a people, that's why that happened to you. Now, that's not true. This oppressor beat it out of you. But here is what's true. You can return it back. You can go back to the Lord. You can reject your lovers, and instead, you can turn towards Yahweh Shah. You got more, or we done?
But Salakia, sir, is he at Jeremiah 30?
Where you at?
Dr. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 30.
4 and verse 30, Muhammad.
I think the one you might want is Jeremiah 30 and 14.
Yeah, that might, but he got it close enough. I don't want to run on with it. I ain't gonna pull no more. He got it. This is on the same thing.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go out of Muhammad too.
Khan. They will seek thy life.
That's it. They will seek thy life. Now he's old, not old, but he's up in age. His record company, he did everything he could for his master. Now he's really of no use to Esau. He got his own money, his own businesses. He done did all of that. Now they want to kill him and get rid of him. And they got just cause to do it because they pushed you to be a vile piece of garbage and you went and did it.
Yep.
And because you did it, guess what? Now they got your number. Now they got your number. You understand? And that's why they destroy you. Go ahead, Mayak.
I got the one behind me. We were just talking about.
Okay.
Did you want it?
No, I'm
Okay,
good.
okay.
I'm good. We good on it. The water. I just wanted to make that point. Come on, you dive. Hit me again because I know we ain't got but a little time.
Can I say something?
Please.
Just real fast. I know we did one time. It was a cat trying to start some sort of label, whatever. We did an assignment with him, and I remember talking to the cat and said, "Listen, man, I do it right, but this what we not gonna do. Ain't gonna be no back rooms. Ain't gonna be none of that stuff going on. Ain't gonna be none of that stuff y'all normally do in these parties and places. We not having none of that. If you want me to have men secured, these are our conditions, and it ain't negotiable." And the cat said, "You know what? I agree." I said, "Fine." And it was so on point to where when we did everything, at the club where he had one of his coming out things, every club in that area had a shooting or a killing. They even had one where inside of the club, some cats got shot in the club in the head. In our club, nothing happened. I mean, our club was shut down when nothing happened. And that's because of what we learned on the command of Yahana. We took that assignment. We took it in a certain way, and we demanded for it to be a certain way, and the Lord was with us. And it shows you the difference between being with the Most High and doing the right thing and not being with the Most High and doing the wrong thing. You're going to get it in the end. So that was it.
Right. I ain't even going to go on because the time is short. You die. Come on. You got some more for me. Go ahead, Marah. Oh, Slaki, Muhammad. You trying to get in?
No, I was just trying to talk about what High said, but I'll wait. There's no sweat.
Okay. I'm coming up after this next one. Go ahead. Next story, please. I'm just trying to get in as many as I can.
Khan, sir.
A little bit of time.
Khan, sir. Derek Chauvin's family has received no updates after prison stabbing.
Yeah, they treating him just like they do every other brother that gets stabbed in jail. Like we let you know when we figure something out. For those of you that may not know, that's the police officer, the ex-police officer that laid his neck on not Freddie Gray. His knee on George Floyd till he was dead.
Yeah.
Okay, and if I could, y'all, let me bend this a little bit for a second. All right, y'all can kill that heat too back there. Anybody that know how to use that unit, the water, real quick. Let me explain something to you. Because I heard all over the internet a whole lot of people talking about how George Floyd was not a good guy, that he was a drug addict, that he was violent, that he had domestic violence charges and stuff like that. Those of you that's saying that, you missing the damn point. You totally missing the point. He may not have been the spitting image of righteousness, but how many brothers have died in police custody that were?
Right.
George Floyd don't represent just George Floyd. George Floyd represent all the brothers who got choked to death in police custody and killed, like Eric Gardner and others, and Michael Brown. They got killed by these cops for doing evil towards us when they were righteous brothers. You understand? How many ball players then got pulled over and beat up? What about this brother that they pulled over for speeding or running the red light and 5 black cops beat him to death? You understand? Like, that's who George Floyd represents. You jumping up talking about, well, he was a bad dude. Nobody should have supported him in that. That's once again, you've been reduced to an animal too, because you don't even see that the people are in an uproar, not because of just him. They don't even know him. They don't know his police record. They don't know none of that. But here's what they did know. They know that he got killed in the way that many of their family members got killed. And they sick and tired of righteous brothers and sisters being killed for the least little infraction against this slave master. Brothers ain't put their hand on the steering wheel, shot to death, dragged out the car. Brother ain't respond fast enough. Get his head bust open by the officers. Yep. Brother ain't comply right away. Get tased half to death. Given a heart attack. We got a story tonight of a pastor, a bishop, I think it is, a bishop or a pastor that got killed by the car. He left church. Not that he was righteous. I don't know the man. Left the church and got killed the other night. So get up off of that, man. So now the brothers went and shanked him up. And, you know, that's what goes on in jail. Especially if you come in there for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? You come in there for molesting children or something like that. That's what happens. And let me tell you something. He's in a special prison. They don't put police officers in prisons with normal prisoners. They put police officers in a special prison. That prison is filled with politicians and other law enforcement people. You understand? And people with big time white collar crimes like drugs and embezzlement and stuff like that. They don't put them in the population with the people who they were policing, because that would be intentionally putting their lives in danger. But somebody in that world, some other animal, or he himself moved in the wrong way and got stepped on. Let me let you read a little bit of the story and I'll open the floor up, y'all. All right. I'm just rushing because of the time, so I'm doing a lot of talking. Salaki. Go ahead.
Conor Khan, sir. Conor Khan. The Minnesota Attorney General's office has previously said that the Chauvins is expected to suffer the assault. An attorney for Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer convicted of murdering George Floyd, said Saturday that Chauvin's family has been kept in the dark by federal prison officials after he was stabbed in prison. The lawyer Gregory M. Eckerson slammed the lack of transparency by the Federal Bureau of Prisons a day after his client was stabbed on a Friday by another inmate at the federal correctional institution in Tucson, Arizona.
And let me tell you, and I'm gonna open up the floor. It's amazing. Black people are assaulted and raped and stabbed in jail all the time, and you don't get any information about what happened unless you get it from the victim. In many cases. But they acting like because he's an Edomite, they acting like, whoa, there's no transparency. Yeah, there ain't never no transparency. That has become the norm of ourselves in this place. Like, we should all be crying for Christ to return, which is what the Lord wants. Salaki, I yield. Y'all take it.
If I can say,
Muhammad, go ahead. Salaki.
Somebody else want to say something?
Was you giving? Go ahead, Muhammad. Go ahead. I'm gonna let Haas in after you.
You sure? How you want to?
I'm Tawab, sir.
Good. If I could, the people that stabbed Derek, what's his name? Derek Chauvin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The people that stabbed Derek Chauvin were in fear of their lives. They were in fear of their lives.
He is a killer. He is a killer.
He did unalive somebody.
He is.
They were scared of him.
Yeah, man.
Those men are forced to live around this dangerous murderer.
God.
They were afraid for their own safety and to defend their lives and the lives of their loved ones and their friends. They had to use justifiable force to defend themselves. And I think that we should all give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, we should. Let justice prevail.
Yeah, let's let the case run out first.
Right.
We have all the information.
Right.
We don't know everything about this yet.
Right.
Let's not have a rush to judgment. We don't know if those men were in fear of their lives. Maybe he was trying to hurt them and they had to defend themselves. Don't have a rush to judgment on this. Let the case play out before you just say these men were wrong for defending themselves, possibly.
Right. They're in a cage with this dangerous unaliver. You know what I'm saying? Let's see let's look at the facts first.
Yeah, man.
Let's let the justice system play out first before we just say that these men stabbed this man. He's a dangerous murderer. Have you seen his record? Have you seen what he's done? These men could have absolutely been afraid for their lives. They didn't want to be killed. They didn't want to be harmed, and they might have had to defend themselves.
Right.
Let the justice system work first before you rush to judgment and call these men assaulters or call these men violent. Okay?
And if I could add to what you're saying, Muhammad, you know, the way when you go and look at that tape of him with his knee on the brother's neck, I mean, he's so comfortable, like he's done this so many times before.
Yeah.
Like who knows what's gonna come out with him as they start to explore his history and career. You know, who knows what the hell this cat had been doing. You know what I mean? He was so comfortable on his neck. This cat hollering and begging and calling for his mama, and this cat is on his neck like it's not a problem. People around. He unconcerned. And that officer that was blocking the cameras, he should be locked up too. That bastard knew what he was doing. So he sat back, looked back, and said to him, you think we should get him up? He said, nah, he all right. And he turned right back around and made sure nobody was able to come there and stop him or to be able to get a good clear film or tape. He should go to jail as well. Like, that's a good point you brought up, man. I mean, who knows what the hell he was dealing with. I'm sorry. Go ahead, yo.
I'm sorry, Haas.
No, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir. Slocky.
I was going to say, with that video that I saw of what he did to that brother on the street and knowing how comfortable he was with unaliving someone, I know if I was in prison with Derek Chauvin, I would absolutely be terrified. Just remember that. I'd be scared to death.
Yeah.
I pray you understand.
Yeah.
Scared right now.
General, you have every right to be because he got a proven track record.
I do.
His track record, if you go back and check his track record of complaints against police and violence, he had that.
I'm terrified of him.
Yeah.
Know that.
Yeah.
I'm in prison with Derek Chauvin.
Yeah.
I'm scared to death.
Damn right.
And he's a scary looking dude. Look at him. He looked like he might got people in the basement tied up. Like he got raising families in his damn basement. Locked doors.
Yeah. And General, he did it with his hands in his pocket. That's the part that got me. The part that got me was while he doing it, his hands in the pocket. He chilling. Like he in a relaxed state doing this. I mean, he is calm. And he's a
This is Chicago.
I mean, this cat done this before. He is so calm that he just cool at what he's doing. And like you said, so I would be super scared. I got to defend myself.
I would.
God, Slocky. Yeah, go ahead, Mama Slocky.
That was it, sir.
Come on, Murat. I mean, you died. Give me one more. Get me in there. Slocky. No, go ahead, Murat. You was gonna say something? Sorry about that.
Slocky, sir. If I could, sir, they always get away, sir. His kind.
Come on.
What he should have did, he should have stopped.
Give it up.
He should have stopped when the inmates told him to stop.
Yeah,
and he wouldn't have got shanked.
That's what they said about Trayvon Martin, right? They always get away.
They always get away.
Yeah, man. Right. He should have stopped. He should have complied.
He should have complied.
Like it's a rebellion.
Right. Rebellion. You gotta say it like him, Murat. Rebellion.
he wants rebellion.
Yeah. Rebellion. You gotta put the F on it. Wicked bastard. Come on, you die. Hit me one more, man. Get me out of here.
Concert, Vermont. 3 Palestinian students shot near U.S. campus.
Now listen, you know, man. I ain't gonna toot my horn, but God is with me.
Kind of one kind.
The Lord said, brought it out through us that this would spread into every country.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there they go.
Well, if I could, sir, you said the college campus, just to be absolutely correct.
Through the grace and mercy of the Most High. And these Palestinians look like they having the wonderfulest American life. They look like they know they're not terrorists or nothing. Then the terrorists, if you can't get the picture of the terrorist, wait till you see the terrorist, because they got a picture of him too. Yeah, he up in there somewhere. The Edomite that actually shot all 3 of them and almost killed all 3 of them. Go ahead, you die. Let me let you read the story so everybody knows what's going on.
Connor McConterry. A 48-year-old man has been arrested over the shooting of 3 U.S. students of Palestinian descent in Vermont and will appear in court on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Jason J. Eaton was taken into custody after a search of his home According to CBS News, Slucking.
Good.
Hishmael Artani, Tashin Ahmed, and Khalid Ababmed were shot near the University of Vermont in Burlington on Saturday. The U.S. government is looking into whether the shooting was a hate crime.
Go ahead.
The U.S. attorney in Vermont said that his office will work with the Justice Department's Civil Rights Divisions to assess whether a federal crime may have been committed. Officers are currently investigating a possible motive, but say the victims were wearing kafiyeh, a traditional scarf, and speaking Arabic when attacked.
Yeah, so he saw them. They speaking Arabic. They got on the Arabic scarf. In his mind, they're terrorists. And he just decided to kill them. Like, once again, you think them Arabs know how to kill. Wait till the full Edomite spirit come out. You're going to realize why the Israelite School of UPK has been saying for years, you got to come out of this place.
Yeah.
Because that beast that you got ruling over you, you don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But you about to figure it out. You looking at them Palestinians. Them Palestinians halfway can't commit no terrorism. They terrible at it. But wait till this beast get started. You about to see him do some real, like he drop a bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He don't give a damn. He kill 1 million people and act like it is totally justified. Like, you ain't seen killing yet. You starting to see it now over there in Palestine right now. Like in a month, he dropped so many bombs on them, killed 10,000 people in a month. That's some killing.
Yeah.
You know how many people 10,000 people is? That is a whole lot of people. He went and bombed them like crazy. And you're going to see him do it over here too. That Edomite up there, he up in good old white Vermont. You understand? And like what? And as far as he's concerned, what the hell is an Arab doing up here? This is Vermont. And brother, go up there and just decide to kill him off. That's a real animal right there.
Yeah.
You got more on the story? Or that's pretty much it? Anybody jump in on this last minute? So, you know what I'm saying? These are Edomites, are all families of the Edomites. You know what I'm saying? Hey, pay your tithes. Go to ISUPK.com. Hey, listen, real quick, too. If you're going to pay your Passover fee, don't worry about it saying, 53rd or 54th annual. Sometimes the blocks go in and it doesn't show 55th. We'll get it updated. But the date on your receipt is all you're going to need to get into the Passover. So don't worry about the year that's listed on the receipt. We're going to get that all bumped up. But pay your Passover, okay? $200 per adult, free for all children, all access pass. You're getting everything free. Everybody, everything. Even the babysitting is free. Everything is free this year. All you do is got to pay your Passover and you in the game, okay? Also,
and every receipt will have your confirmation ID. So just keep it for your record.
That's right. And everybody pay your tithes, man. Pay your tithes. Support this truth. 10% of your increase belongs to the Lord. Send it into the school. Get up on it, man. Let's do what we need to do. All right. I want to thank the heavy hitters in the building with me. General Muhammad. Give it up. General Mayat. Give it up. General Haas. Give it up. Officer Marah and his team. Officer Yediah. Officer Ibad. Officer Mathumyad. Trooper Nabah. Holding us down up in there every week. I'm going to get them names down. You know what I'm saying? I got Ibad, of course, all the way up in there. I'll see y'all next time live on the UPK, fam. Shalom.
That's right.
Damn right.
Passover collections.
Everybody back, man. I got it. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, this is motherfucking Passover collections. We want some motherfucking money.
How much you talking about? You read the Passover flyer?
Quit all that chit chat. Tell them how much we want.
Hold on. Hey, how much we want?
Man, 2 bills.
We want $2. Wait, hold on.
Hey, we doing all this over 840 quarters?
Man, $200. Come on, use your head.
Oh, we want $200. All crispy tens.
This nigga.
You want the $200?
Yeah, man, I want $200. Why am I repeating myself? Man, Take me off the speakerphone, man. You making me nervous.
Hey.
Wait, hey, hold on.
You got block on that phone?
Nah, why don't we block the phone for?
Hang on.
Hey, we gonna call you right back.
Man, they hung up. So what we gonna do?
Man, we good, man. The generals cover brothers every year. I ain't tripping on that.
You think they got my number on there?
I don't know. Just call them back blocked though. That's all right.
Yeah, hello? Hello? Yeah, this Passover collections again. Me and Captain Ghidorah gonna need that money by the night.
You said my name.
Wait, hold on. Shalakia. I ain't say your name. I ain't Destiny's Child. Hey man.
Sorry about that. Anyways, me and Cap need that money by the night.
Listen.
And if you ain't got that money by the night, it ain't gonna be no North Carolina, and it ain't gonna be no Passover.
Shalom.
Hey, shalom, Israel, man. You know what it is, man. Listen, the Lord's 55th annual Passover, Durham, North Carolina, man. $200 per person, man. You understand? Get your bread in right now. Not yesterday, but right now. You hear me? Shalom.